In verse 52 of Loki, Loki refer to themselves as Laufey's son. And this is perhaps the one place, specifically in the Poetic Edda, that Loki refers to any of their ancestry. Now, in a, let me get this word right, patronymic society, i.e. the Aesir, even the Jotnar, are always referring to their ancestry through their male descendant ancestors, fathers, grandfathers, etc. Loki chooses a matronymic ancestry, contrary, as Loki does, to the societies in which they frequent. And I think while we're on the subject of Loki, in one of the rare instances where Frigg says something, it's also critical to note that Frigg regards Loki as an Aesir, not as a Jotnar. Loki is one of the Aesir. And bearing in mind that Frigg tells things as they are, it's one of those things that we have to acknowledge as fact, I suppose. In the Poetic Edda, it's there that Loki is of the Aesir. But obviously the Laufey, his mother is, or their mother, we're left to guess, or we're left with very little information. Really, the Poetic Edda doesn't say much more about Loki's family. Getting into the Prose Edda, where Snorri gives more information. Interestingly, it's 10th century skalds that name Loki's father as Farborti. But we also have in the Poetic Edda, in the Luspo, that Loki's mentioned as the brother of Bylester. And Snorri gives Loki two brothers, Bylester and Helblindi. And all of Loki's family are Jotnar. The other thing we get about Laufey is they have a second name that they're referred to, which is Nal, N-A-L, which I think is quite intriguing, that Laufey has this, I don't know, unique elevation. For very little information given in the sources, Loki gives them, I suppose, really great regard to the matronymic relationship. I mean, sort of looking into the matronymic term, it's normally sort of being a way of referring to your ancestors if either your father has died before you were born or being out of wedlock. I think it's another instance where we see a lot of old world values on the marriage and value of how children are seen and that. But I think it just sort of suggests a lot of unspoken story again, or whether they're worth a deep dive or not. I think with Laufey, again, it's, I know, following on from my last couple of videos the last few days, this tweaks some information. Let's say it's just that sort. It makes no sense really to consider Loki as the six-headed son of Ymir, but with the possible significance of Laufey, is Laufey the maiden that is born from one armpit? It's a baseless speculation, really. I'd like to think it could be, but what information we've got is just that sort of, it's a fanciful idea. There's not a lot to it. All we really have are some basic references, but it just adds, I think, really some of the contrary nature or contradictory nature that Loki seems to embrace. This is what the heart of it, when everyone is referring to who they are descended from a male perspective, Loki's like, nope, nope, it's my mum. So really go to Loki as a massive sort of indication of Loki's relationship by that point with the rest of the Aesir. Loki's there to cause trouble and lets loose regardless of the consequences. It's really the end of the line for the rest of the Aesir's patience with Loki. And that offhand comment reference to their mother is sort of one of those last sort of bits of information before Loki is driven off by Thor, and in the epilogue of Loki, captured and imprisoned. Anyway, that's the video for now, talking about Laufey and Loki's family. Cheers.